Time for your ABC 36 Storm Team forecast.
A tropical feel to the air on this Tuesday here in central and eastern Kentucky, with the remnant low associated with Beryl really making things uncomfortable, especially when you add the heat in. Now, those leftovers are going to slide through the Ohio Valley. It's going to be a little breezy and a few storms into the midweek. Still have to get through this evening. It's going to feel more like mid-July this weekend. The heat builds back into the area, and here's the other issue. Drought concerns increase. We'll have hot weather and the lack of any widespread rainfall. Viper radar right now not showing a whole lot going on. Some activity up into parts of Lewis County and then stretching over toward Olive Hill there in Carter County. It's got a lot of lightning in it. It is drifting to the north and eventually will head into southern Ohio and then farther to the south. Had a little cell kind of pulse up just to the west of Owensville. It is already weakening out. Southern Kentucky was a favored area earlier with some heavy rain producing thunderstorms, even had a tornado warning in to eastern Adair and western Russell, which was canceled early. But along and west of I-65, that's really the favored area. You see the broad circulation, and the center of what is the remnant low is east of St. Louis. And well after landfall, a remnant low that's been tropical, you can still have a lot of spin off to the east and southeast of the center. And that's why we've got all these tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings out into western Kentucky, southwest Indiana, and parts of southern Illinois. Tornado watch until midnight does include Lexington, Richmond, Mount Vernon, and points to the west. But it looks like the corridor that we're seeing right now and will continue to is in orange. That's level 3 out of 5, which runs Cincinnati, Louisville down to Evansville. That's right along a warm front that's draped along the Ohio River, and that's really helping to fuel the isolated tornado threat, and that is where it is highest as we see that turning of the winds in the lowest level of the atmosphere here. A lot of spin with the approach of the remnants. Checking out Mount Sterling, it's overcast and 84 there with that passing shower within the last half hour or so. All the way up to 95 here in Lexington, Williamstown, Frankfort, 91, 90 in London. Our dew points into the low and mid 70s. And then when you put that all together, look at some of the heat index values. 104 here in Lexington, 100 in Somerset and Lebanon as well. So the remnant low, again, spinning right over southern Illinois. And again, this warm front, that's critical because at the surface, the winds are south to southwest, south of the warm front, more east to southeast. So in the lowest levels, you get that change in wind direction with altitude, or that shear that we mentioned, and that helps set those updrafts in motion. And that's why it's elevated. We generally see this in April and May, not in July, but it's all due to those remnants from Beryl and the spin. They had over 60 tornado warnings from the Shreveport, Louisiana office yesterday right after landfall. So kind of overachieved in that regard. On our futurecast, any cell that develops this evening we'll have to keep an eye on. My hope is as we get deeper into the evening after sunset, we'll lose some of the instability, and that'll kind of help us out. And the severe threat will go away tomorrow, but we'll have breezy conditions, a few scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and highs only into the low 80s. We're really going to get a break with the humidity. Yeah, it'll still be a little muggy, but not miserable like it has been today. So looking down the road here, heading into Thursday on the backside of this, could maybe see a stray shower, but for the most part looking dry. And then we do begin to heat things up back into the low 90s on Friday. And then notice the lack of rainfall here after the rain chances tomorrow, and that is problematic because this is the 6 to 10 day outlook, and as you can see, we are going to be above average, meaning we'll be locked in with heat and humidity and just very low end chances, and that's going to mean the ongoing dry/drought conditions will probably get a little worse. So got to watch the storm chances this evening. Again, unusually breezy. We don't get a lot of wind in July. That'll be tomorrow on the backside of the departing remnant low, only 83, and again, the heat comes back through the weekend, early next week. A few isolated afternoon and evening storms with highs in the mid-90s.